What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this wonderful, wonderful Friday evening where we actually witnessed Arizona Cardinals versus the Cincinnati Bengals, week 1 of preseason, and the Arizona Cardinals completely dominated the Cincinnati Bengals. Big shout out to everybody that's currently in the chat right now. We are live in the Twitter world. We are live in the Facebook world. We are live in the YouTube world. Thanks everybody for being here. If you guys have not yet already, definitely do me a huge favor. Smack that like button and subscribe if this is your first time here. We primarily do a lot more videos here on YouTube, just FYI. So find your way over to YouTube, and we got a lot more videos coming out your way. Now, one last thing, one less shameless plug. If you become a channel member, we are doing a giveaway for regular season tickets. If you are interested in winning a regular season ticket, become a channel member. I am giving about one home game away per month for the rest of the season, so definitely subscribe, become a channel member. It's super easy. Starts at $3.99 for the month. That's it. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. The Arizona Cardinals destroy, and I said that right, destroy the Cincinnati Bengals 36-23. Going into the half, it was actually 23-9. So the Arizona Cardinals, obviously with a lot of the third stringers, the fourth stringers came in, they gave up a lot of points. Let's just put it out that way. Now, in the grand scheme of things here, I honestly liked what I saw today. I thought we had a very, very good game. Now, I'm not going to sit here on a soapbox and say the Arizona Cardinals are going to be Super Bowl champs. I'm not that, right? Maybe a little bit. I'm going to have a hard time sleeping because anytime we see the Arizona Cardinals, I'm just super excited. But this is very good stuff, trending in the right direction. Now, not so much that we won, but how we saw it today. Now, the first half was a situation where I really do feel like we can kind of use that momentum to kind of take it on to like the regular season. Now, granted, we have two more preseason games. I apologize. And that is going to be the Ravens as well as the Titans. Now, if we go 1-2 for the preseason, it doesn't matter. As long as we see a game that we saw today where we were moving the ball down the field, where we were seeing our rookies contribute, where we were seeing our second year players contribute, that's exactly what I want to see. That's exactly why this preseason is exciting for me to see here, at least on my end. Now, the goal here isn't to win these preseason games, ladies and gentlemen. No. That's not the goal of an era, or at least that's what it shouldn't be. The goal for Arizona Cardinal fans. The goal should be, how is this team looking? How is the chemistry coming out? Are we coming out with new plays? Are we doing different things to coincide with, just evolving our offense just in general? And I've seen a lot of different stuff in this game that really, really made me excited. Now, Trace McSorley was the starting quarterback. Bravo. Trace McSorley, if he is not the third string quarterback, there's no way in my mind that we're rolling with only two quarterbacks. Like, there's no way in my mind we're only rolling with two quarterbacks coming into the season. I do think that we're going to have three quarterbacks, and Trace McSorley, with the way that he actually played today, he deserves it, man. That was a huge game for Trace McSorley. Let's take a look at his stats here. He had some, momentum throwing the ball as well as, rushing the ball as well. Let's look at his throwing stats. He was 13 of 22, 163 yards and one touchdown. Now, if you take a look at his rushing was, let's see, I had it here. Was it six? No. Where'd it go? Yeah, 4 carries, 32 yards. Pretty good. Pretty darn good, if you ask me myself here. I do think that Trace McSorley had a huge game, and he has to be that third string quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals coming into the 2022 season. Now, before we get started to talk about the other players, let me give some big shout outs here. We got some super chats coming our way. We got my guy King Savage Kool-Aid says McSorley played great and Josh Jackson did so. I'm sorry. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, King Savage. We got my guy Illa Dre coming up here. He says, Lacada needs to be our Mike linebacker. We're going to talk about all that different stuff as well. Appreciate the $4.99 donation. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you. There's a quick dab for that. Now, McSorley did wonderful, right? If we take a look at the other players, let's keep on the offense first, and then we'll go to the defense. Jonathan Ward. I haven't talked about this guy enough. Jonathan Ward, 6 carries, 15 yards. That's it, right? 2 freaking touchdowns. Now, he took advantage. He took advantage of his opportunities. And when he was in the red zone, he took advantage of it. 2 touchdowns go his way. Eno Benjamin, which I'm so high on, coming into the 2022 season, I still have faith that he's going to be our number 2. 5 carries, 14 yards. Obviously, we know what Trace McSorley did. But the big player that I want to talk about, Greg Dortch. Guys, if you guys did not watch my video here and you think I'm lying to you, Greg Dortch is going to be an up-and-coming star. And if he's not going to be a starter by the end of this season, I would be absolutely shocked. Now, maybe not a wide receiver starter because we're so stacked, but a punt returner is what I would accept as well. Greg Dortch had an amazing game. 4 receptions, 53 yards. Not only just the 53 yards, but the way he came about doing it. Man, this guy comes up, he leaps up in the air, and he does not care, man. He wants to get the ball. He's a playmaker. He's got some juke moves. This guy is the real deal. I am all in on Greg Dortch. He needs to make the 53-man roster. Big shout out to BBH. He says, long time no see, man, but love to see these men fighting for a job and hungry. Facts. 100%. And I think that's exactly what I'm really excited for, right? I'm excited that these players are coming out here and really putting their full effort in, because in the grand scheme of things, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we can ask for. That's what we can ask for from these rookies. That's what we can ask from these second-year players. That's exactly what we want to see. Now, another standout is Andre Baselli. He did get our touchdown that was from Trace McSorley. Now, he did end up getting hurt, unfortunately. He was ruled out for the entirety of the game with the leg injury. Definitely really unfortunate when it comes down to it, because he was having a pretty good game. Now, that's on the offensive side of the ball. Let's shift over to the defensive side of the ball, and then we'll talk about the negatives that we've seen in this game, which I know there's a lot of people are pretty excited about that. Defense. Victor Dimikichi. Now, I'm going to butcher his name, right? Victor Dimikichi, man. 2 sacks today. This guy was everywhere. Now, his opportunity obviously was very limited to the first half as well, because he seems to probably be that edge player that we're really looking into, being like, hey, are you going to be the guy first? Because obviously Chandler Jones is gone. But Victor Dimikichi, what a freaking stud. What a stud. Now, we don't want to look too high, right? It's preseason. We're probably playing with, very mediocre tackles out there. So we'll give him that. But we definitely got to give him kudos to those 2 sacks there. Also want to give a shout out to Rashad Lawrence stopping a run. He ended up penetrating the offensive line and stopping somebody like 5 yards deep. Absolutely amazing. That's the type of stuff that I want to see. That's for the defensive side of the ball for me specifically. I know there's some players here and there that we also want to give kudos to, but those are the big ones that I had here in my personal opinion. Let me give a big shout out to my guy Free Matter for the blind coming up clutch with the super chat. He says, I'm a huge Andy fan in this channel, but he shouldn't be above Greg Dortch on the depth chart. Free Matter for the blind, speaking facts here. You're right. You're 100% right. You're a huge Andy Isabella fan, but now I hope now this kind of convinced you, right? I'm not trying to be an Andy Isabella hater. I'm really not. And sometimes I do feel bad for the guy for not getting the opportunity. But if you really take a look at the talent, the opportunity, the guy who seizes the opportunity is Greg Dortch. So you're 100% right. We'll see what happens with Andy Isabella, but he should not be over Greg Dortch in the depth chart. Facts. Absolute facts. Seth Carpenter coming up with another super chat. He says, well, what a great performance from Trace McSorley and Jarrett and Kyler Murray, but poor number 82. He got hurt, but otherwise we're going to be good team. I hope so, man. Fingers crossed. All right. So we gave the kudos, right? We talked about the people that we're really excited about, the things that we're really, really intrigued with coming into the season, or at least this preseason. Let's talk about the negatives. Matt Prater, Matt Prater misses 2 PATs. Let me ask you guys this. Are you guys worried about Matt Prater? Be honest, right? Here's a question. Are you guys worried about Matt Prater at all? This is a question that I'm very curious with. Now, this guy is a stud, and I still do think he's a really good player as well, but missing 2 PATs, I'm not going to get too bent out of shape into it. And maybe if it bleeds into the second game and maybe the third game, maybe I'll be a little worried then. But being that he's such a stud, being that he's such a reliable kicker, I think that we can kind of not worry about it too much and kind of hang our hat and being like, he had a bad game. He had a bad game. He missed 2 PATs, but he did get some field goals coming in. So we're not going to worry about it too much. But what say you guys? Jay Celsius says he's better than Zane. Well, that's true. Caleb says nah. Lindo says yes. Matt Prater trade for Matt. Oh, he wants to trade him already. Oh no, I'm not saying trade him. A little worrisome, maybe, but maybe he just had a very bad game, right? He's still connected with his kicks, but he did miss 2 PATs, which is definitely not cool. But just probably had a bad game. See what else everybody else is saying. Yes, I'm considering opening up the phone lines, Lennon, for sure. Okay, let's move on here. Let's talk about another negative. Other than Prater, let's just call it as a bad game and kind of move on from there. One other player I want to talk about, Marco Wilson. Guys, let me have it. Let me have it on the comments. Let's talk about Marco Wilson real quick. Here we go. Illadre coming up. We didn't time this. This was not timed and purposely, ladies and gentlemen. Illadre coming in here with the mindset of we're just connected. We're connected. I did not know you super chatted this until after I said Marco Wilson. Let's talk about Marco, y'all. Illadre says Marco Wilson trash. Now, I don't want to say that automatically, right? Who didn't do very well? I think Marco Wilson, and we're going to talk about Zaven a little later on as well. Marco Wilson didn't have a good game. He didn't. Now, there was a PA or a PI that was called on a different player, but it was Marco Wilson was the guy who actually caused this. Now, he is coming into his second year. So maybe we shouldn't be very critical on Marco Wilson because he's learning, right? The more reps he's getting through, the better he's going to become. So in my mind, that's how it works. But can we be honest here, ladies and gentlemen? I honestly do feel in my heart of hearts that the Arizona Cardinals needs to take a look at this cornerback role and say, yikes. We need to say, yikes. There's something that needs to happen. Steve Keim, please, let's start doing some things here where we can make phone calls. Let's start working up some cornerbacks because what we've seen from Marco Wilson today and what we've seen from him towards the end of last season, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. And being that Marco Wilson is arguably our number 2 cornerback, that's worrisome. That's worse. And that's the thing. It's not the fault of Marco Wilson being that he's the number 2, right? And at least in a lot of people's eyes, but it should really kind of send an SOS out there for this front office. It should, because Marco Wilson didn't have a good game. Now, granted, he didn't have a lot of playing time. I apologize. No, he did. I'm sorry. He did have a lot of playing time. He was in there for the full first half. And I don't think any of the cornerbacks shined. Let alone Marco Wilson didn't shine either. He had a PI call, which was obvious. I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's a flag. Like, legit, there was flag after flag after flag getting called on the Cincinnati Bengals. And that one flag coming from Marco Wilson, that was deserved. Literally, Marco Wilson pulled the man down, pulled him from his shirt right here and knocked him down. Now, was he going to catch it? Probably not, but that's definitely something that you shouldn't do. Marco Wilson did not have a good game at all. And I really do hope somewhere Steve Keim, after today, starts making some phone calls. Because I love the idea of Marco Wilson being our number 3. I love the idea of Marco Wilson being depth, but not being our number 2 cornerback. Oh, no. Because our number 1 cornerback is a slot cornerback. No. Please, no. Not confident there, ladies and gentlemen. Not confident there at the least bit. Big shout out to 2 super chatters coming through. We got my guy Free Matter for the Blind coming up. He says, my takeaways. Marco and Zaven look lost. Cam Thomas made their 4th string quarterback look like Kyler Murray out there. And cornerback is scary. ... Bad. You're not the only one feeling it, man. You're not the only one feeling it. Let's get to my guy Illadre. He says, we should have kept Tay Gowan. Well, I think Tay Gowan might be available still, right? I think we ended up trading him to the Eagles. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's a free agent. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I don't really follow Tay Gowan as much anymore. They're not part of the Arizona Cardinals. I don't follow players like that. But Yeah, you might be right. We probably should have kept him. So yes, not a very good look, ladies and gentlemen. Not a very good look at all for Marco Wilson. So if we can somehow get the hashtag up and rolling, if we can somehow get a hashtag up and rolling for the GM, Steve Keim, to get up off his butt, off his hiney, and start making some calls for people to come in, I think I would be a little bit more confident. Hashtag get a cornerback, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Keim, please, for the love of God, let's start making some calls, bring some people in for a workout, and let's get this going. All right. One last thing. I want to talk about Zaven. I want to talk about Zaven, y'all. I want to talk about Zaven. Before we do, all 114 people in this stream right now, if you guys haven't smacked that like button, please do me that favor. Smack that like button. Let's run it up. I appreciate everybody for doing so. It helps the channel grow out more than you know. Smack that like button, and we can kind of move on to talk about Zaven Collins. And one last thing, actually. Follow me on all my social platforms. I got Twitter. I got Instagram. That's where I'm most active more than anything. So definitely follow me on all my social platforms, please. And thank you. All right, let's talk about Zaven. Zaven. 16th overall pick. Zaven Collins, our first round pick that we ended up getting last year. Didn't get a lot of playing time last year. Not his fault, in my personal opinion. Vance Joseph didn't want him there. He wanted Jordan Hicks. Zaven Collins, today, not impressed. Zaven Collins was here to play the Mike linebacking spot. And he wasn't the Mike linebacker at all. At all. Zaven Collins was brought here to take over that Mike linebacking spot, and he didn't do it in this first preseason game. And there was moments where I'm like, oh my God, Zaven, what the heck are you doing, bruh? I think we need to come to a realization that Zaven Collins needs all the reps that he possibly can get. He does. Every single one of these preseason games, I want to see Zaven Collins out there. Every single one of these preseason games, Zaven Collins should be out there. For the first half, maybe if you give me even the first quarter, he needs to get the live reps. And like I said, it's not his fault, right? It's not his fault that he didn't play in his rookie year. But Zaven Collins needs to get all the reps he possibly can get, ladies and gentlemen. What we saw today, there's no confidence. I don't have any confidence that he's supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be stuffing the run. No, maybe it's going to change. Maybe we got the Ravens next week. It might change, right? He might have a spectacular game. We might say Zaven Collins is the man. Let's go. Zaven Collins and Isaiah Simmons. That's going to be the tandem that we're all hoping for and wishing for. But Zaven Collins, man, 16th overall pick last year, or first rounder, was brought in to play the Mike linebacking spot, and he did not play it at all today. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, because obviously when I'm in the mode of, hey, I need to make notes, I need to do this, I need to do that, who was the guy as the Mike linebacker? Who was it? Was it Ezekiel Turner? It was, wasn't it? I'm trying to look at the depth chart right now. Who was the guy that was calling the plays in the middle? I think it was Ezekiel Turner, if I'm not mistaken. Zaven absolutely needs more time to develop. 100%. I'm not calling a bust. Oh no. No. I'm not calling a bust. No. Oh no, not at all. Give the man the reps. He needs them. It's absolutely hard. He needs the reps. Absolutely. Let's not call him a bust yet. This is his second year. His second year. And he didn't play very much at all in his first year at all. Because in Vance Joseph's eyes, Jordan Hicks ended up beating him out, which I don't understand that situation. I get the Arizona Cardinals, right? They highly favor veterans, highly. So all I'm going to say about Zaven Collins, everybody, I'm not going to call him a bust. It's too early. It's mean. It's not cool. Zaven Collins is not a bust, but he needs the reps. He needs some opportunity out there to really, enough with these little drills, enough with he needs the game time reps, the speed of the NFL. Now, granted, this is preseason, so he's playing second stringers, he's playing possibly third stringers. These aren't even full-time first string people out there. So he needs to dominate game 2 and game 3. Can we see him for the first half? Can we see him for a full first quarter? We need to see him develop that way. Because if he's not the Mike linebacker, then I'm pretty worried on who's going to be that guy. Because I don't think Isaiah Simmons is going to be that guy. Although he's going to be the star linebacker for us, I don't think that that's in his bag of tricks to do. But if it is, then hey, I'll be surprised. I'll be welcome to it. We'll have to kind of wait and see, though. We'll have to kind of wait and see exactly what happens with Zaven Collins and Marco Wilson. Because yeah, that wasn't really good. That wasn't a good showing at all. Will Hernandez, a starter, I honestly thought he did pretty decent. I thought Will Hernandez did pretty decent today. So I'm actually really excited that he can kind of get into the groove of things. I know there's a lot of, people saying that he came from, the Giants and nobody, wanted him. Why are we so high on him? I thought he did pretty decent. I mean, granted, it's preseason, right? So we'll have to kind of wait and see. We'll have to kind of wait and see exactly what happens. Oh my goodness, Darth. Let's not open up this floodgate, my guy. Darth up here coming up with some Roquan and Simmons. Bruh. That would be amazing. We ain't going there. We ain't giving up on them yet, man. We ain't giving up on them yet. Ooh, but that sounds good, though. That sounds really good, though, man. Oh, okay. We'll talk about TBD at this very moment, but TBD. I did see somebody asking, where's the helmet? Ladies and gentlemen, right there. The beauty is right there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to switch it up here every once in a while to kind of show you guys it, but the alternate helmet does lay right there, and that's where it's going to live for the future. More of these AZ Sports Fan live streams. Appreciate you guys for being here, by the way. Luis Sanchez coming out with a $10 donation. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. He says 4 picks for that position. That did not include Keontae Ingram. Why are you choosing Darrell Williams over Ingram if Ingram has a higher ceiling than most? Why are you choosing Darrell Williams over Ingram if Ingram has a higher ceiling than most? So 4 picks for that position. That did not include Ingram. I don't know where you're coming from, Luis. I might have missed the first part. 4 picks for that position that did not include. Maybe clarify a little bit. I appreciate the super chat, by the way. I'm just a little confused in terms of what context we're coming from. You're talking about the tweet. You're talking about the tweet. Oh, okay. So you got don't tell me you got offended, my guy. No, not at all. Not at all. I'm not saying here that we are not going to have Keontae. The thing is that what I'm going based off of how the Arizona Cardinals has worked for years. That's what I'm going based off of. So in my personal opinion, would I rather have Ingram as the 4th? Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. But what I'm saying is that I would put Darrell Williams over Ingram because of the veteranness, because of what he has done in Kansas City. I feel like sometimes that actually holds a little bit more weight than more people can think. But I ended up posting a tweet on Twitter. I said, I love our running back core this year. I said, James Conner, Eno Benjamin, Jonathan Ward, and Darrell Williams. And I think some people kind of got a little upset that I didn't have Keontae Ingram in here. Don't get offended, my guy. It's nothing like that. I'm not definitely saying he's not going to make it, but just kind of the way that this Arizona Cardinal team is. I feel like they favor veterans over rookies. So being that he's in kind of a higher pick, we'll kind of have to wait and see. I don't think there's going to be 5 running backs though. 3 running backs is what I think that's going to happen. I don't think 4. It might happen, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. Appreciate the super chat though, by the way. Let's see. There's no room for 5 running backs though. We're going to have, yeah, I agree. Keenan says Jonathan Ward or Eno has to go. Oh no. No. This is the way it's gonna go. James Conner, Eno Benjamin, and then fill in the blank. I liked what I seen of Jonathan Ward though. Jonathan Ward is a beast. Let's just put it out there. Jonathan Ward gives us what James Conner can do in a different form, in a different body. We haven't heard anything. We haven't really heard anything from Darrell Williams at all. Now, I did hear his press conference. It didn't seem like he was very excited about his usage, but I mean, I don't really know 100% if Darrell Williams is going to be over Eno or Jonathan Ward, which we saw a good amount today, in my personal opinion. I believe Jonathan Ward will be coming back, maybe not as a solid, but maybe special teams. But I think Eno's going to be the number 2. That's just my opinion. Let's keep it going here. Highness says Dortch. Yeah, dude. Dortch is going to be, I'm super high on Dortch. I like Greg Dortch. I really do. My fanboy in me wants him to be the wide receiver, but I know deep down there's no room for him in the wide receiving core. Unless there is a bad injury that happens, there's no room for Greg Dortch. But punt returner he can be. And a very, very, very good punt returner he can be at that. So, Dortch the torch. We might see some spectacular plays coming into the season. I'm really excited about it, y'all. Definitely. Let's do this. We have the time. Let's open up the phone lines. Let's hear what you guys have to say. Now, keep in mind, everybody, that during these post-game shows, there's a lot of people that want to come in. A lot of people. So be very mindful of the time. Let us know your kind of your points and let us know how you're feeling, and let's kind of move on to the next person. Just be mindful. I apologize. I'm not trying to be rude. I just want to make sure we get enough people on here as we possibly can. So in 2 minutes, we're going to be opening up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give a big shout out to the super chatters here that we have been getting today. Thank you so very much for the donations. I really do appreciate it. Thanks everybody that has become a channel member of the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. It starts off at $3.99. And if you do become a channel member, you will be put in a poll to possibly win a regular season ticket game. And I think this month, September, it's going to be the Rams game more than anything. I believe I will be attending the Chiefs game. So I think the Rams game is going to be up for grabs. So become a channel member now. Support the channel. $3.99 for the month. Super, super cheap. If you can't, no worries. Just smack that like button. That's all you got to do. All right, let's open up the phone lines, everybody. Let me put the link in the chat here below. If you are on Twitter, if you are on Facebook, if you want to jump on, the best way to do it, you have to jump onto Facebook. You have to jump onto YouTube. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to jump on YouTube. So if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, come onto YouTube, type in the AZ Sports Fan, come into the live stream, and I'm going to be posting a link in the chat, and I will also be pinning it as well. So it will be available for anybody to kind of come in and do whatever you need to do. The link has been pinned, or not pinned yet, but it's going to be pinned right now. So the link has been pinned. Join the call, join the conversation. Let us know how you're feeling about the Arizona Cardinals destroying the Cincinnati Bengals in the Week 1 Cincinnati game. So let us know. The link has been pinned. Come on through, everybody. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, if you're on Twitter, come on to YouTube if you want to jump on. If you don't, stay where you're at, chill, grab a soda, grab a drink, because it gets kind of hairy. It gets pretty to listen to all these other people's opinions. So come on through. The link has been pinned, and come on through. Let's keep reading into the comments. Let's give it until maybe about 1 more minute so we can kind of get people filtering through in the chat, and let's get this going. We have a lot of people on the chat saying, Bird Gang, rise up Cardinals. Absolutely. Coming up next is the Ravens. Yes, and the Ravens has not lost a preseason game, I think, for 21 straight. Whatever, it's preseason. It's not a big deal. Even if we lose next week, it's not a big deal. Let's take a look here. All right, we're getting people coming through. Just click on the link. We have where's Victor Bolden at? Victor Bolden was playing. He did play today. What was his stats? Let me take a look. I think he had a really good reception close to the end zone. I believe that was him. Like I said, a lot of stuff was going on when I'm watching and taking notes. But yeah, Bolden was playing. It was only, I guess, one reception, 15 yards is what he got. So nothing too crazy, nothing too spectacular. But I think we're pretty excited about what he can become for this Arizona Cardinal team. If we do bring in, obviously, a lot more people. So let's get this phone lines going. We got some people in the background right now. Let's get Jordan P up in here right now. Jordan P, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, man. What's up? How are you feeling about the Cardinals smacking Cincinnati Bengals?
Man, there was so much good in that game. I mean, everybody wants to focus on the bad, but so I'll start with the bad. But you know, first off, Marco, that play looked bad. We don't know what the play was called. We don't know if he was supposed to guard some, the underneath the flat and the safety was supposed to help. We don't know any of that, right? But it just looked bad, right? And for that to be, everybody wanting him, everybody saying, he's going to be the next best thing and he's going to be our CB2 and blah, blah, blah. And to see that right out the gate, it's not good, especially with Cliff's comment saying he doesn't know if he could be a starting corner. Like, that's just not good, right? So that wasn't great. Zaven, everybody just needs to chill out. Like, okay, he didn't. I'm not here to tell you he played good because he didn't, but he didn't play bad either, right? So, you could be disappointed, sure, but he didn't do horrible. He wasn't giving up touchdowns. He wasn't, getting burned in coverage and all this stuff. And there was a play he was on a wide receiver. Like, why was he even on a wide receiver? That's beyond me. But he didn't even play 3-4 inside linebacker in college. Like, so you got to give him time to develop. Mike linebacker is not an easy thing. He's calling the defense. Even if he doesn't call a defense, if he's there playing good and he's not calling it, who cares, right? That's just my opinion. But for the good, there was a lot. There was so much good. The wide receivers, like Greg Dortch, he's gonna make the roster. He's gonna be the wide receiver 6. That's what I'm convinced. He's gonna be a wide receiver 6, and with D Hop out, that's a spot. An extra slot up. He's gonna make some plays. He might be the punt returner. You got Myjai Sanders. He looked amazing to me. People may say, "Oh, the sacks," but I don't care about the sacks. It's look at the pressures he was causing, the times he beat the tackles. He made a really nice run stop. So he was great. You got Andy looked good. True. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, is this to build his trade value? I have no idea.
Possibly. He was there the whole game, right?
Yeah, Andy played pretty much the whole game. Will Hernandez looked great. Josh Jones looked okay. He gave up 1 sack. Trace McSorley, I don't even know what the heck that was. He played really well. I'd rather him be quarterback 2 than Colt, because when Colt comes in, Kyler, that whole offense has to change because he's not athletic. He can't run. So Colt is great as a voice in the locker room, but I'd rather Trace be the backup. I'd rather not see either of them, right? But if I had to, I'd rather see Trace just because
Trace over.
Yeah,
that's fair.
The offense won't have to change much, but.
Yeah, the problem, and I agree, right? The similarities between them two and Kyler makes a lot more sense than having Colt back there, but the likeliness of it happening, I doubt it's going to happen. Let me get to a couple others. Appreciate you, Jordan, as always, man. Later, dude. Yeah, great call. I mean, Zaven for sure. I'm not calling him a bust or anything like that, but definitely, obviously when we're having these post games, sometimes it's a little bigger than it should be. But we got my guy Silver Wolf AZ says Collins was a first round pick and afraid to make contact. Make Collins play every defensive play this preseason, including special teams. Well, I wouldn't do special teams personally, but I would want him to play at least a half every single game. Like, I don't think there shouldn't be anything else. Like, he should be playing because he needs it, right? He needs it time to develop. Let's get AZ Sports Corner up in here right now. What's up, man? You are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, brother. Talk to me. How you feeling?
What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
The only thing that worries me about the team this year is still the defense. Like, I was just watching this game, and I know it's preseason, but, like, the offense was flowing. It was looking pretty good. And then the defense was struggling, and I'm just like, hopefully this doesn't translate to the regular season because it looked very I was getting flashbacks. I was like, the secondary is bugging me. Like, the pressure seemed pretty good. Do you think the pressure looked pretty good, like up front?
Yeah, I think we did pretty decent. Like the third and fourth, I was watching, but I wasn't really like paying too much attention to it. And I know, like, I guess I got a lot of people upset when I was like not bringing Keontae into like the running back core. I mean, if he does,
Yeah.
cool. I
Well,
mean,
I
I'm not
actually
like
agree with your list, though, to be honest.
yeah, because if you really think about it, it's like Cardinals favor veterans. Like whether you like it or not, they favor them. Like we all knew what Eno was 3 years ago when we drafted, or 2 years ago when we drafted him,
Yeah,
2019.
exactly.
But like we didn't bring him in because we had Chase, because we had all this other stuff, and people just fall in love with picks and whatever. It is what it is. Question for you. So Zaven, big question out here, right? How do you feel about Zaven, man?
Exactly like what you said. He needs more reps because obviously he's struggling. It's definitely too early to call him a bust, and like you said earlier, it's kind of messed up for people to label him that this early. But yeah, he needs some he needs some improvement to happen soon. Hopefully, like, I mean, it doesn't have to happen soon. I want to see it progressively happen. Like it's just right now it doesn't look like it's translating.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with me, the team, like I feel like we're gonna be like last year, and I had my little live stream on Instagram earlier, and most people feel like our record's gonna be better than last year. I don't know if that's necessarily gonna be true, but I could see us being like within 10 to 13 wins. Me, I feel like 11 is more likely, but like this, just the secondary, I'm just like that's the only thing that worries me. And like you were saying earlier, I think that Keim really needs to look for another corner because like that Marco Wilson play, I was just like, oh, that one's not
Yeah.
sexy
Well,
at
that's the
all.
thing. Like I somehow believe, like in my heart, like you know me, like if I was a GM, I like to plan. That's just my own being, even my personal, like my real job. Like I like to plan ahead, and some people aren't like that. And okay, I get it, but I do think that they were trying to look at this first like game and being like, okay, we have these young edge rushers, right? Dimikichi, Sanders, and then Thomas. Let's see what they can do. If they flash, then hey, we don't have to worry about it. And I think that's the way that they were trying to play with the cornerback too. But I think this should be kind of an SOS call, like, hey, at least maybe start working people out. Let's
Yeah,
start putting somebody
I'm
in.
pretty excited about the younger guys because, to be quite honest, I love Chandler, but dude was straight cheeks, man. Like
Yeah, towards the
he
end.
he is towards the end of his career, so it's understandable. But like he was on his last leg, like that. We need that freshness off the edge. I think that the young youth guys that are going to come in behind Chandler's old position are really going to help us out. To be honest, I don't even care
Well,
if it's lack of experience, just
well, that's the
the
thing, man.
the the quickness. Yeah, it's going to
Yeah,
help.
it's because they're hungry. They're hungry for it. Chandler knew that he was going to get this is his contract year. There's no way that he was going to put his body 110% in and
Yeah.
risk an injury. There's no way because then he got paid with the Raiders. And I get it, like right. I mean, there's a business side of it all, and I don't think he gave his full 110% like a lot of the team was. And I don't blame him.
Mm-hmm.
He got paid, whatever. But I agree, the hungry young guys are definitely going to show up, and I'm excited, man. I'm gonna get to the next caller. I
Yeah, it's going to
appreciate
be
you, brother.
beneficial. Appreciate it, man.
100%. Later, dude. Peace. Yeah, I love these calls. 100%. If you do want to jump on, we do got some time. There's a link that's pinned on the chat. Just click on the link, come on through, and let me know how you're feeling about Cardinals obliterating the Cincinnati Bengals. Everybody, come on through. But yeah, there's some questions still, right? There's still some questions, but that's what preseason's for. We'll have to kind of wait and see exactly what happens. Let's get my guy Lennon Wolf, which I did meet on training camp. Lennon Wolf, Lennon Wolf, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan. What's up, brother? How you feeling, man?
Woo! Football's back.
Love it, love it. Hey, man, very nice meeting you. Sorry, it was very rushed. I was literally I tried to beat the traffic. That's why I was trying to rush out.
I'm just really excited that football's back. Cardinals beat the Bengals. And what an amazing catch by Greg Dortch, and Trace McSorley did an amazing job. Do you have a question you want to ask me?
No, I don't, but I do agree with what you're saying, right? Greg Dortch, everybody's very excited about him. Actually, let me ask you a question. What's one rookie that you're really excited about after seeing what they did today? Either a rookie or a second-year player that you're really excited about?
Oh, really great question. Majay Sanders.
Okay.
And I also want to talk about Zaven Collins, what he did. I'm really hoping he does really great this year. And I'm really hoping he does really great because we definitely without Chandler Jones, we have Isaiah Simmons still as our linebacker and Zaven Collins. And did you even saw that Kyler Murray was coaching him like the whole game?
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna get you offline. That's what I have to talk about next. I appreciate you, Lennon, brother. Have a great rest of your day, man. Yes. Let's talk about that real quick. Thank you for that beautiful segue, Lennon. Kudos. Kudos. Kyler Murray getting involved in play calling. And I made a banner for this, and I, for some reason, like, I wasn't going to talk about this. Blasphemy. Kyler Murray as a play caller. Let me know, everybody in the chat, how you guys are feeling about this. You can let me know as a emoji or whatever you want to say. Kyler Murray, the whole fourth quarter, this man was calling the plays. Thoughts? Let me know in the comments on how you're feeling. This makes me excited. This makes me feel like Cliff and Kyler are on the same path to success. Now, whether they were cool with each other the whole time, this just gives me a level of excitement because now Kyler Murray can see the other side of the coin, right? Kyler Murray can now see that where Cliff comes from when he plays, gets these play calls. And not only that, but also it gives another kind of set of eyes, another set of like a brain in there and being like, hey, maybe we should do this instead of that. Being that Kyler Murray is now involved in this gets me very, very excited. I saw a form of leadership today from Kyler Murray that I was very excited about. I saw him give a player a cup of Gatorade. I saw him get very excited for Greg Dortch. Slapped him up, dabbed him up, however you want to call it. Very excited for him. I saw a Kyler Murray today that I haven't seen in a very long time, and this is my quarterback, man. This is my quarterback. I'm so excited about Kyler Murray and getting that opportunity to kind of really start shining. Now, granted, I don't think Kyler Murray is going to be doing this in the regular season. Like, no, hear me out. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry. I don't think Murray's going to be doing this for like a full first quarter or a full quarter, but I do believe Kyler Murray is going to get more involved in play calling. And that's what really makes me excited. I love that Kyler Murray is going to get more involved in this offense. Him and Cliff seem to be in all cylinders go in this fourth year, and I'm absolutely super excited about it. So let's talk a little bit to see if there's any people in the chat talking about it. And if not, we can move on to the next topic that anybody chooses to kind of talk about. I got Terry up in here. She says, Kyler setting an example of leadership. Yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%. Highness says Kyler or Baker rush jersey for, that's a good question. Both great players. I don't think you will go wrong with any of those two. Honestly, Kyler Murray or Baker. I'm going to go with Baker just because I have a Kyler Murray one and I would love for everybody to give love to Baker. So I would say Baker. Hopefully you go with it. If you don't, no worries. Let's see here. Keep reading into the comments. Let's see. Kyler Murray is my quarterback and he makes magic moves. Chances, did you talk about Zaven already? Yes, we talked about Zaven already, my guy. We did. Appreciate you for being here, by the way. Here we go. Anish Chatterjee. Chatterjee? Hopefully I didn't butcher that. I'm sorry. Thank you so very much for the $10 donation. Appreciate you. Let me get you a thank you for all the super chatters that's been super chatting so far. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much. Here's a big thank you.
Got him. Got him.
Appreciate it. He says, what a great job you're doing, mate. Keep it going. Defense wins you championships, and our defense just isn't giving me a lot to be hyped up about. Okay. I agree. No, and I do agree. And I appreciate the super. Thank you so very much for the kind words as well. Are you from New Zealand? Appreciate it, Anish. Thank you so very much for the super chat. The defense is a little worrisome, right? I think when we're looking at it, I know there's a lot of people that are saying, hey, it's preseason, don't freak out, right? And I understand that side of the coin, but I think it's just my nature of who I am that I love to plan. I love to be like, hey, what are we going to do for this kind of disaster? And, obviously it's not a disaster, but we've seen some flashes today with our edge rushers. Victor Timikichi looked really good today, so that's pretty exciting on its own. But the cornerback role seemed a little scarce. Now, I do think Josh Jackson had some pretty good flashes, but is he going to be the number 2? Is he going to be the number 3? I don't know. I mean, put him against Cooper Kupp, put him against Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Deebo Samuel. I don't know if I have the level of confidence going in there. Now, in the preseason, he might shine, right? I don't know if I'm confident in that. I would love Steve Keim to look further into the toolbox, see who's available, and maybe bring a veteran in there, because I would love nothing more than that opportunity. I appreciate the kind words, though. Thank you so very much. Part British, part Indian, grew up in AZ. I'm all over the place. Awesome. Well, thanks, Anish. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for the super chat. We got my guy Trevor says, I think Trace McSorley and Jarrett Gorentano did very well this game. I agree. I don't think we're going to have 4 quarterbacks, though. So it sucks for Jarrett, but Trace McSorley, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to carry 3 quarterbacks going into the season. And like my guy Jordan P says, he would rather have him as a number 2. We know it's not going to happen, but it would be cool just because of the level of similarities of what they bring, to each other. So, yeah, I appreciate it. All right, let's do Q&A. Let's do Q&A. Let's see here. Amari says, I think Simmons at slot can help us out. Well, the thing is, I think the slot cornerback's going to be Byron. I think that's the way that they're going to go with. The slot cornerback's going to be Byron. I do know that, like, if Isaiah Simmons is lined up against like Kittle or a tight end or something like that, he could definitely follow him. I have the confidence that he's got the what's the word? The athleticism to follow somebody like Kittle. He just needs the reps too. He needs the reps. Easy says McSorley's our future quarterback. Probably, honestly, he probably is. And it's really cool to see it, right? It's really cool to see 2 quarterbacks really do very well, that are very similar in skill set. Trace McSorley and Kyler Murray, let's freaking go. I love it. Ray says not enough talent on the defense. Yeah, I mean, we got some bright spots, right? Budda Baker's always going to be the guy that I'm very excited about. Budda Baker, I still want to see what Isaiah Simmons can do. I know we claimed him as a star linebacker, but to me, I don't think I would really call him somebody that I'm very confident in yet, unless he has a breakout season. And I'm not even looking for like a defensive player of the year type of year, but I want to see some consistency with Isaiah Simmons. And hopefully this is going to be the year for him. Yeah, Jalen Thompson, facts. Yeah. Arjun. Yeah. Jalen Thompson. Honestly, Budda Baker and Jalen Thompson, woo, watch out. Watch out. That's going to be a tandem. As long as they can stay healthy, those 2 safeties are going to be a tandem to look out for. And the national media is going to finally respect Jalen Thompson. They already know who Budda Baker is, but just give him some time. Give him some time to catch up. They'll be able to see some JT. I'm excited about it. Here we go. Chef Boy RB. He says, I'm not going to lie. Dortch needs to be in the right receiver rotation. Bro, me and you, we're on the same wavelength. I honestly don't think it's going to happen. Biggest reason why is because our wide receiving core is stacked. The only way I see it happen, and we don't want this to happen, is that if Rondo Moore ends up getting hurt. And obviously, we do not want that to happen. I want to have Rondo Moore have a breakout season. I'm excited about Rondo Moore coming into his second year. So we'll have to kind of just wait and see. But that's really the only way that I see him on as a permanent solution, because I think Andy Isabella either is going to be last or he's going to find his way out of this 53-man roster. I don't see a world that we're going to carry him again, especially what after Greg Dortch is doing in special teams and just being a wide receiver in general. Arjun says Dortch seems like a duplicate of Rondo Moore. Well, I don't know, man. I'm not going to go out here and say I like Dortch better, but let's just hope that Rondale Moore has a breakout season this year. Rondale Moore is going to have a breakout season, and we can worry about just Greg Dortch being our punt returner for now and hopefully get some more opportunity later on in his career. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Any news on Wesley? Antoine Wesley right now, I believe he's just TBD at this very moment. Maybe next game. They almost seem like he's trending in the right direction. I think Trey McBride's kind of in the same boat as well. I thought he was going to play this game, but no, they ended up keeping him out, which precaution, it's a lot better to keep him out anyways. Oh, Keaton with the hot take. Dortch over Moore. Oh, bro. That's like, that's like at the tip of my lips. I want to say it, but I know I'm live. I know somebody's going to clip it and be like, AZ sports fan hates Rondale Moore. Look at what he's saying. I refuse to say it, but I appreciate the comment, my guy. I appreciate the comment. All right, let's keep it going. Arjun says, you think we're going to make any big cornerback trade? I kind of feel like we have to, right? I feel like we kind of have to. Now, I'm kind of stingy. I don't want to give up a lot of assets, especially high draft picks. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like, we didn't have a first round pick last year. I mean, it was essentially traded for Hollywood, which, I mean, it works. The year before that was Zaven, and a lot of us are kind of worried about Zaven right now. And the year before that is Isaiah Simmons, which a lot of people have optimism about, but there's still some kind of level of let's kind of wait and see what Isaiah can do type of thing. So I don't know. We'll have to kind of wait and see. CB says Dortch got some Santana Moss in him. Well, that's the thing. Greg Dortch is like 5'7", 5'8", but the thing is that Greg Dortch gives no Fs. And I don't cuss on this channel. Greg Dortch gives no Fs. He will go up. He will jump 12 feet in the air. I'm being exaggerated. He will jump so high in the air to get that ball down. He just has a level of, man, he's like locked in. When his opportunity comes in, he's as calm, cool, and collected as a cucumber. And I think that's one thing I really like about Greg Dortch, because there was an opportunity for Andy Isabella to get a ball, but he just didn't bring it down. The thing is, I feel like Greg Dortch can slow this game down and really take it to his advantage. Greg Dortch he's good. He's good. It's just I don't know when he's going to be able to get that solid starting spot. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Ruben says Moore will have more opportunity and will ball out. No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Moore is definitely the shoe-in for Christian Kirk's spot. That's no debate there. That's definitely going to happen. Lennon over here saying Sorley over McCoy, but not Kyler is always my QB. Facts. That's the thing too, though. Like, McCoy is always going to have it over Sorley. Maybe this might be the last year of McCoy, right? Maybe we'll see Sorley as the number 2 moving forward. We'll kind of have to wait and see. Let's see here. Let Dortch be the punt returner and kick returner. Man needs to be on the field when he's balling. Yeah, I agree. 100%. That's where I think he's going to flourish the most. That's where I feel like he's going to flourish the most, is where the punt returners and the punt return and the kick return. That's where he's going to flourish the most, honestly. Have to kind of wait and see. I don't think he's going to be on that solid rotation. It's just because the wide receiving core is stacked, y'all. Like, that's one thing. Like, that's a good thing to go into the season being like, oh, we got a stacked wide receiving core, ladies and gentlemen. We got DeAndre Hopkins when he comes back, Hollywood Brown, Rondale Moore, AJ Green, Greg Dortch. And that's not even to mention our playmaking tight ends that we have: Zach Ertz, Max Williams, and Trey McBride. So, but we got people, y'all. We got people for days. We got people for days. I wonder if we're ever going to see Kyler in preseason. My guy Arjun says, I don't know if we are. I was a little optimistic that we might see him a little bit in game 2, but it seems like it's trending that we're not going to see him. But we'll find a little bit more next week when we play the Ravens. We'll have to kind of wait and see. But that's the thing. Like, even if we do see Kyler Murray, it's going to be like 2 drives. Like, I doubt we're going to see him any more than a quarter. Like, I doubt it's going to happen. It's just, there's no point. Did you guys see Zach Wilson today? The quarterback for the Jets. He ended up, I think they're saying he's got a torn ACL or, he's got a torn something on his leg. Like, that just sucks. I feel like the Jets are cursed all the time. It sucks that situation that they're in, but like, why risk them? It's preseason. Let's give the opportunity to Sorley, because honestly, Sorley's doing really good so far, especially against the Bengals. Let's keep it going here. James Conner makes it happen. Then you have Eno and Rondell. Yeah, dude. James Conner, bro. Yeah, I agree. Did you see? I didn't see Deshaun Watson play. How did he play? Let me know. I didn't get a chance to watch the Browns. I'm not in the area, so I didn't really get a chance to watch it. Let me know in the comments. Keenan says Jets put up 0 with Zach. That's the thing, man. Like, I feel so bad for the Jets. Like, there's always people are like, hey, it's the Cardinals, right? It's the Cardinals. The thing is, the Jets, like, I feel like the people in the NFC West are like, hey, it's the Cardinals. It's not a big deal. The whole entire of the NFL, they're like, oh, it's the Jets. Like, it sucks for the Jets. Like, legit, it sucks for the Jets. They're not in a good spot right now, ladies and gentlemen. They're not in a good spot. They need some mad help. Sucks for Saleh being the head coach over there. Jordan P coming up with a super chat. He says, 1 takeaway, 2 penalties, 0 twos, good play calling. So wait, 1 takeaway, 2 penalties, 0 twos, good play calling. They're talking about Kyler Murray, right? Kyler? That's what you're saying? Appreciate the super chat, Jordan P. Thanks a lot. Highness says, what happened? So I ended up watching something on Twitter. So what ended up happening was like Zach Wilson. I'm sorry. I know this is an Arizona Cardinals stream, but we're talking about the Jets. So he tried to come out of the pocket going into the right side. He juked somebody. And when he did this, his knee buckled on him. And then he ended up falling down. But he ended up standing up. And everybody's like, oh, cool. Great play. Great scramble. But when he came back, it was just limp city. Like, he just couldn't recover from that. And I think that, like, it doesn't look very good for the Jets. It really doesn't. And it sucks. It really does suck for, the Jets. They're not in our division. Like, I really do feel bad for them. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is. Oh, here we go. I'm not sure if you guys saw this. Check it. Joey B and Kyler Murray right here. Man. This is the future, y'all. The future of the NFL right here. Joey B and Mr. Kyler Murray himself. There you go. Take a bow, y'all. Take a bow. Non-contact injury, 100%, Arjun. Let me see if we could find something. I did see something that Adam Schefter did say a little earlier about Wilson. Okay, so an hour ago, Jets head coach Robert Saleh told reporters tonight that Zach Wilson will undergo an MRI on Saturday to determine the extent of the quarterback's injury. But it's looking so. What I'm hearing is it looks bad. That's what I'm hearing. He says, no, the best takeaway, or no, I'm saying the best takeaways were that we only had 2 penalties, 0 turnovers, and play callings. Gotcha. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for clarifying. Yes, he's getting an MRI. Yeah. Unfortunate. Y'all, 81 of you hear it. Let me give you a sneak peek. 81 of you guys, give me a second. You see this thing down here? You see that down there? Give me a second, y'all. Let me get this thing. I know a lot of people were asking in the stream. Oh, the helmet. So all 87 of you guys that stuck around, appreciate you. Thanks so much. There you go. The beauty of the alternate helmet is absolutely real. Smash that like button. Rams in the house. Appreciate you, Rams house, for being here. Smack that like button. This thing is more beautiful in my hands than I've ever imagined it to be. The sparks, the specks of red, the black face mask. This thing is a thing of beauty, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. Fire emojis in the comments below. And I know these lights are not doing it justice because you can't see the sparkles, but bro, this thing is absolutely dynamite, y'all. This thing is dynamite. So if you guys haven't already, smack that like button, smack it. Let's get to 100 if we can do so. A thing of beauty. Let me tell you this right now. This is the best thing that has happened in the offseason, in my personal opinion. I'm sorry, Hollywood Brown, but this thing right here is absolutely amazing. Forever a home right there. It's going to be a forever its house. So I appreciate everybody for being here. We are going into the hour mark of the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. If you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I highly recommend you do so. It's on the description. There's more, content that way as well. Highly recommend you do so. try to get a following on Twitter, try to get a following on Instagram as well. So definitely follow me on all social platforms. It is in the description of this video. And then one last thing, I ended up making a second channel, or I guess a second channel called More AZ Sports Fan, right? Very, very original, I understand. More AZ Sports Fan. I did make a video / vlog of how I actually purchased this. Ended up scouring through the cities of Phoenix. So if you could check that channel out as well. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers on that channel separately. So everything is in the description of this video. All you need to search up is More AZ Sports Fan on the search bar. Smack a like on that video and obviously subscribe. And just appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody for kind of, obviously showing love. Arizona Cardinals is where it's at. That's what I'm really excited about this season. I see playoffs. I see playoffs. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave you guys at that. Thank you so very much for being here. If you guys haven't already, smack the like button. Become a channel member. Get a chance to win some regular season tickets. We got some tickets that we're giving away for the season. So become a channel member. It's $3.99 for the season. For the month. I'm sorry, $3.99 for the month, and get an opportunity to win. Appreciate everybody for being here. Thanks a lot. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cards.